Oh, the Javelin Rail Tour. London St Pancras, Stratford, Ebbsfleet, Gravesend, Ebbsfleet Reverse, Church Path, Pit Siding, which is where we start, Ebbsfleet Reverse, Who Junction, Strood, Maidstone West, Paddock Wood, Tunbridge, Tunbridge Wells, Turnback Siding, Tunbridge Wells, Tunbridge, Jubilee Sidings, Tunbridge, Post Office Siding, Cranmore Loop, Ashford International, Canterbury West Down Loop, Minster, Ramsgate, Margate, Herne Bay, Faversham, Sittingbourne, Kings Ferry Bridge, Sheerness on Sea, Western Junction, Gillingham, Rochester Up, Lay-by Siding, Rochester Strood, Ebbsfleet Reverse, Church Path, Pit Siding, Ebbsfleet, Stratford International, and London St Pancras. That was a heck of a day of a rail tour. Right, Tunbridge. No, don't open the doors here. I just opened the doors. Oh, come on. I think we're stuck on a red, aren't we? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Why are the titles massively abbreviated? Because if I put the full title in, it'll fill that entire thing up. It's 1 Zulu 81 0946 Church Path Pit Sidings to Tunbridge. 1Z81 was all you need to find it on Steam Workshop, so that's why I just put that in there. No, DRA isn't on. Right, we've got time to go now. Uh, 33 miles to Tunbridge. That's all we got to do. All we've got to do. You can't get it to move BRCW. I've got a tutorial on how to drive the Javelin. Give it a go and see if that helps, BRCW. I love this. This thing is great fun to drive. Yeah, if you've got any problems that aren't covered in the tutorial, Strat Shadow and BRCW, just give me a shout, let me know. What gets most people is the whether the power's set up and whether the main circuit breaker is sorted out. Hank and Pole is going to be in the last scenario if I'm not too tired. There's no point doing it before the last scenario because the people who vote may not actually be around. Game called The Isle. Name doesn't ring a bell, JD's games. What kind of game is it? BRCW, yes indeed. Thank you, Darkness. Oh, and Flying Scotsman 407 too. Didn't see that. I think I've probably got it open actually. I've just pressed the B key. Yeah, I have. Still following greens. Who junction? $4014. Is that on Steam, JD's? Hey there, DJSB. Yep, we're on the Medway line. Heading to Tunbridge. Hey, Class City 1. Nathan, what train is this? It's a Class 295 Javelin. Fill her up, says Chris. The route to Tunbridge, Night Owl, is part of the Chatham Main Line and Medway Valley Lines route. If you look up Medway Valley Lines on Steam. See yellow now. I don't think so, BRCW. I think because it didn't get done in the first place due to an error, it can't be now retro added. Green light still in Destrude, sorry, red light in Destrude. There is light at the end of the tunnel, JD Games. However, the light is red. And here we shall stay. Yeah, this is the route. So this is the Chatham and Medway lines up here. Sorry, Chatham line. Then Medway line carries on, goes all the way down here, and then left to Tunbridge. Class 4 and 4, don't put the space between the MPTV cheer and the number. Yellow. Green light, we're not turning left, we're going to carry on going, as I would expect to. Super slow speed. Favourite Steam Loco, JD's Games? The A4 and the 9F pretty much remain my two favourite locos overall. In reality. No, not turning left to DGT Towers in the middle of Rochester. Favourite Steam Loco in the game? It's going to be the Ginty or J94 or something like that. I don't have specific locos that I'm a fan of, Luke. See you later, Class 4 and 4. Up to 70. Destiny, yeah, I play Flight Sim World predominantly for flight sims. Lily's Vartan, this is a Class 295 Javelin. This one. Yeah, definitely Destiny. It's not. It's usually on my list for a Thursday, but at the rate I'm going, I'm not going to be awake by the time we get past the trains. Oh no! We'll try it one more time. Oh my word! Drive trains when you're tired. It's not a good mix. I don't know why I'm so tired. Let's try this one more time, shall we? The older stuff, BRCW, pretty much. Yeah, he's bad. Thanks, Danny. Much appreciated, mate. Destiny, is it hard to control a train? No, it mostly just requires a bit of concentration, to be honest, to watch what's going on with the signals. Zoo Tycoon, no, I don't have that one, JD. Yeah, the 7F's okay. The blue one that was in West Somerset holds up even more, I think, Cameron's Gaming. No, I don't think anyone clipped that's bad because it didn't really happen. It wasn't a thing really. Nobody saw anything. Everyone just spontaneously started spamming AWS and fail icons for no apparent reason whatsoever. Thank you, DJSP. It's got to happen, hasn't it, really? We're supposed to be going to Tunbridge. Oh, ouch, mate, being kid. Ouch! Right, let me just pause that a minute while I open the door. Do I have an old steam engine name with the Flying Scotsman? Yes, Flying Scotsman's in the game. Yeah, Flying Scotsman's in the game in 2 or 3 different variations. Brunswick Green, LNER Green, and I think Wartime Black. Right. Yellow light, speed back up to 70. Green light even. Exciting times. A UKTS route with half a decent yard in it. Woodhead, Doncaster, Shap, West Coast Main Line North, hello. It's just my door squeaking in the background. I thought Shap had yard in it, Emma. There's nothing around Carlisle way. What about... yeah, just north of Carlisle? Or is that we are gone by then? My yawns are contagious, yeah. I catch them off myself. That's part of the problem, it's recursive yawning. This has got a yard on it, at who? Where, you ask? Why? Lily's Vartan, cats are indoors. They're not a big fan of coming outside, and they've got to get outside to come in here. So even though my door is open, we probably won't see them. Well, we're catching up with the one that gets stuck at Strood. JD's Games, you mentioned that earlier on. No, I haven't seen a game called The Isle. Do tell me more. Slowing down for the next signal. Hey there, Amadar. How are you doing? What are we in today? Class 395 Javelin? You already spat it once, or at least that's the rumour anyway. I don't believe it personally. Oh, we've actually got a yellow. Oh, this is the middle way through the tunnel, isn't it? Explain track rules. So track rules for route editing, Destiny. Hey, Trains Forum. Yeah, I do like the Javelin Armador. Don't drive it anywhere near enough. Approaching this red light. Baked bean kid, they certainly do. So under normal circumstances, the Javelins would run on this bit of the route along here. They don't normally run around this bit, but in this special rail tour they did. Speaking of lights, probably should put them on. Better. Yeah, we don't have tunnel lights in our tunnels generally. Some do. Generally not. It's got really quiet wipers. Should we try them? Oh yeah. There you go, Moggy. I know how much you like the sound. How big a developer team do you have making this? You mean the Javelin? There was one person did the exterior, one person did the interior, one person did the sounds, one person did the setup. So yeah, 4 or 5. Well, they're recorded from a Javelin railfan. When they did the sound trip for this, they got to go to the Hitachi depot and record all the audio for it. Hey there, ECM2, how you doing? How do you mean not got licensing, Pishlik? Fully licensed, this one. So last signal was a green. .395 is similar to the 800, but it is not the same as the 800. There's a heritage there, but that's about as much as far as it goes. You see, Javelin logo is not licensable by Southeastern or Hitachi. Is there even a Javelin logo? Javelin is actually an Olympic Commission property. And they don't license anything for anyone. Hence they're called Clutch 395s. Yeah, the 800 has TVM 430 cab signalling for when it runs on the high-speed line. Oh, there is a logo. Oh, fair enough. Yep. Two-tone horn. Space and shift space. Am I going to see the Olympics? I didn't see them when they were on my doorstep, because I used to live near Stratford when they were on in 2012. So probably not going to go somewhere else to see them. Back to green lights again. GWR uses ATP, which is sort of similar to functionality in terms of what it tries to achieve to ERTMS, I think. So yeah, you got ATP on the GWR tracks, TVM 430 on the Southeastern High Speed. That's really it for cab signalling at the moment. Although the ETCS Level 2 is starting to get rolled out in the UK. It's getting rolled out across the whole country, piece by piece, Armadar. think Crossrail's using level 2. Amarillo can confirm if that's right or not. Hey Alan Kadeshi, how are you doing? That went to yellow. So I've done about 14 miles so far. Do I think the digital rail will be the end of the train drivers' jobs? No, definitely not. It might change what they do, but it won't be the end of it. They still have drivers in the Victoria line. Cameron's Gaming, is that the white one or is it the purple one? Both of which were fictional. The only real livery for the Javelins is the blue one. Well, at Docklands they don't always have someone sitting in the front, and even when they do, 9 times out of 10, all they're doing is to hold the doors open longer if necessary during rush hour, rather than actually driving the train or even there to drive the train. I've watched them when they've sat there with the front open on the thing and they do nothing to make the train go. It goes all on its own, and all they're doing is holding a button to keep the doors open. Oh, yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be Armadar. Oh, indeed, BRCW. I guess in case the communication system fails in the train, because if the train suddenly doesn't know where it is, it will just stop. Oh, that's interesting to know. BRCW. Victoria Line drivers are required to regularly drive the train manually to keep knowledge of the line and train. The white livery is certainly very nice, Cameron's Gaming. I've got a 6-car unit in 00 gauge of the white one. You got the purple one, Luke? Yeah, I didn't get the purple one. We got the white one as a 4-car unit, and then one of the last time I was in Doodad, the Hornby Museum. I have happened to find 2 extra coaches. Hey, Koo, how you doing? By the way, this scenario is not as downloaded from Steam Workshop because even though it doesn't say so on the description, at least not that I saw, it actually requires an AP reskin for the Class 66. So I botched it back to being a Freightliner livery. Hey WT, how you doing? What do you mean, P-Schlick? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, about AP. Well, no, the AP Class 66 specifically has got brackets AP in the name, but never mind. Easy mistake to make. WT, what engine is it? 395 Javelin. B, well, it won't be B because B opens the nom-nom, the om-nom front. B opens, B does that. Well, the thing to remember, WT, is it's got TVM 430 cab signalling, which is this bit. It's got multi-power system, so DC, overhead, all the brake reel, the system reset. So there's quite a lot. It's quite a complex locomotive, this one. This one is designed to go on high speed 1, not onto the normal network. I don't know whether, don't know if they're the same power. I presume they're not the same power. So I don't think this could run on, you know, the East Coast Main Line, for example. Does the whistle make that red light change? "18 miles out from Tunbridge." MSGS shuffle. So I'll find out I need to tab. Yeah, there's nothing even. It's just cleared Maidstone Barracks. Yeah, we've got green now. HS1, oh, it's the same, is it, MR? I guess it's less about which is more recent WUT and more about what does it need to run on. I mean, the ES64U4 has to run internationally across, different borders into different networks. This unit is specifically designed to do HS1 third rail, and that's it. That's all they use it for. Whether they want to or could use it for other things, that's not in the design spec for it. The spec was for HS1 and third rail. Yes, Pishlik. The overhead system on TSW is capable of a lot more. It's capable of... so it manages, is electrification present? What's the voltage and what's the frequency? And they all have to be right for it to work. At the moment it doesn't simulate worse, but... Oh, there's KVB to the left of it, isn't it? Or maybe they wondered whether or not they might try putting the Javelins in through... That makes... Was there ever a plan to bring the Javelins through the Eurotunnel, perhaps? You're having trouble with HSTs on the Great Western, are you, Peachlink? Because, they're well known for their electrical incompatibility issues. I think they would only be allowed to take the Javelin through as a 12 car set anyway, because you've got to have two power units. The OLE in front. So they implemented all the system then miscalculated in the height of the OLE. GG. Yeah, I remember that test, Eurocity boy, where they brought the Valero D through. Yeah, she would have to take 2 paces through the tunnel. But if you're going to take a pacer to France, why would you not take 2? Just, you know, double the fun. Let's put aside taking a diesel into the Eurotunnel just for one moment. Danny, was it an ICE 3? I don't know. It might have been. I remember TGV La Poste came through, wasn't it? But I can't remember if it was an ICE 3 or a Valero D. It was an ICE 3, was it? Okay. You'd have to fit the pace of a TVM 430. Yeah, you would. Yeah. Take the whole fleet over and swap them for something else. Oh, yeah, 407 is new ICE 3, isn't it? New ICE 3. That's the, which is the Valero D. .407 is multi-system as well, isn't it, Eurocity boy? It's meant to replace the ICE 3M, as I understand it. Yeah, no, they call it the new ICE 3, is its name, Peachlick. Probably politics, he's here, 64. Oh, there we go. $13 miles to go. See you later, DJSB. I was writing something for work earlier on. Do you know, I've been doing train simulation for 17 years. That's just mental. Talk about making me feel old. I've been involved in train simulation for longer than my son has been alive. Quite a bit, yeah. Quite a bit. Here we go, baked bean kid. Here we go. No, I wasn't at the MSTS launch, if you mean the one at the Model Railway Club, Moggy. I didn't get to go to that. I got my copy 2 weeks earlier than the launch. I won a silly competition. A very silly competition. What colour is the green Flying Scotsman? It's pink, isn't it? Absolutely, Danny. That's what I put, and apparently they like the answer. It's original. You got your 4 months before. Nice one, Moggy. Oh, you got the US import version, yeah, because it came out about 6 months or so before in the US before it did in the UK, didn't it? "10 miles. The Fife Circle. Is Edinburgh Dundee not on the Just Trains, one of the Just Trains routes? ECML North or whatever it's called. Do I commute to work or is it rather close? Well, I can walk there in about 45 minutes. But I'm lazy, so I drive in about 10. Send me a Twitch message, Matt H. BRCW everywhere in Kent is gorgeous. That's why it's called the Garden of England. Oh, here we go. SECML, that's the one. Big Betty Blue. Scottish East Coast Main Line. I don't quite know why I couldn't think of that. Well, Essex is known as the rear end of England. We don't need to go to other parts of the country, Amal, because all the best bits are here. We have third rail. End of discussion. Absolutely. They'll haul out the Tyne and Weir line though, won't they, Moggy? ULFSG, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Ralph, and that's just crazy talk. What do you mean trains don't run on electricity in some places? That's bonkers. You're taking an early holiday because so you know summer comes soonest in the south. Are you reading your t-shirt again, Moggy? I must admit, the RCW, I do like a bit of hydraulic. Licking the third rail hammer. Is it just basically a Darwin test? Most schools do, you know, an entrance exam. Thinning the herd. See you later, ES64. Oh, have we reached the turn onto the main line for Tunbridge yet? That feels like where we're at now. Paddock's Wood or something, is it? Has to be said, this has been a really good drive. Get me on my toes. Hey David Pryor, you lived in Tunbridge? Yeah, Paddock Wood. There we are. Check out my memory. And memory or a bad asset? Easiest way to rule out memory is turn your scenery quality setting all the way to minimum. If it still crashes in the same place, then it's a bad asset. Kieran Fletcher, I can't share news on anything that hasn't been already spoken about, I'm afraid, and there hasn't been anything. When the time is right, there's loads happening. Pretty quiet 2018. 2018 is only 1 month in, Peachlick. And the last one only came out just before Christmas. Alright, got a bit of a gap between us and the one in front. Let's speed up. Well, a particular trip, Peachnik, doesn't mean anything particular. Trips are taken when we get the opportunity to take trips. Luke, I'm not going to answer that question. All I'm going to say is don't try it. There's Tunbridge, that's the end of the scenario. Hey Master Forge, how's it going? Cleared into platform 2. We are just coming into Tunbridge on the Medway line at the moment. There's a 6 and 8 car stop mark. Yeah, DLR is bottom contact, isn't it, Crucible? Service now booked to wait here for a short time, so the scenario will now end. That was a cracker. 1 Zulu 81 on Steam Workshop. Really, really good. It's actually mimicking a real run that took place as a rail tour. Right, I need to go and have a quick comfort break, so I'll be right back. Desire, Leclerc. Right. Time for American scenario time. Right. What is next? KCMSIO. There it is. Oh. It's cold having the door wide open, but it's keeping me awake. Oh, that's not a bad sign. That's not a good sign. Let's restart, change the game, restart that. Bye game. This is what happens when you turn your detail settings back up a little bit. One's the 81 is the name of the scenario. So if you just search for One's at 81, it's by DP Simulations. I'm on train sim. Off you go. It's coming back up now. Good night, I am Hankum. Thank you, Atomic Danny. Oh, you kitty, you learned a lot from root building and editing tutorial videos. Planning on making more soon. I should do, is the answer to that question. I should do. If you've got any topics you'd like to see covered, then let me know. Right. Still waiting for that storm weather tutorial. Was the blog entry not enough, Ian? Right, let's try this again, shall we?